Our brains are funny things, you know? When faced with something challenging or stressful, they tend to throw up resistance. It's almost like dealing with a stubborn, spoiled child. When things get tough, that inner child awakens, and suddenly, the procrastination monster rears its head. Imagine your brain as that child who complains and throws a tantrum when things don't go their way. The same happens when you're faced with difficult tasks. Your mind starts to procrastinate, making it even harder to take action. Power of mindset. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Mindset plays a pivotal role in conquering these challenges. Let me share a real-life example with you. One of my friends during his medical school clinical rotations had to step out of my comfort zone often. Giving lectures, performing procedures, and breaking tough news to families were no easy feats. I had a friend who seemed to take it all in stride, unbothered by mistakes or setbacks. Curious about her secret, I asked her how she managed it. And you know what she said? She wasn't even thinking about stepping out of her comfort zone. For her, it was all about having fun and immersing herself in the learning process, treating it like a game. Isn't that fascinating? By taking the pressure off her ego and simply enjoying the tasks, she managed to push through the resistance and excel in her endeavors. Spoiled child. Stress and difficulty. Your brain is wired to protect you, just like a parent looking out for their child. When stress or difficulty comes knocking, your brain's automatic reaction is to resist, to avoid discomfort. But here's the thing. Understanding this response is the first step towards embracing that spoiled child within you. Instead of fighting it, let's figure out how to work together with your brain. 2-minute rule. One fantastic strategy to outsmart your brain is the 2-minute rule. Imagine facing a daunting task, and the thought of diving into it feels overwhelming. Instead of putting intense pressure on yourself to complete the whole thing at once, lower the barrier to entry. Tell yourself, hey, I'm just going to spend 2 minutes on this. Bold move, right? Those 2 minutes will feel like a piece of cake. And you know what? More often than not, once you start, you'll find yourself surprisingly motivated to keep going. Breaking down. Now, let's take it to the next level. Breaking them down into smaller, more manageable steps is key. Picture this. You need to tackle a big project that seems like a mountain to climb. Your brain instantly panics, imagining the sheer effort required. But wait, take a deep breath and break it down into bite-sized pieces. Divide and conquer, my friend. Start by outlining the first step, then the second, and so on. Suddenly, that overwhelming mountain turns into a series of smaller hills you can easily conquer. This will only be possible if you are consistent thought. If you keep piling up everything, then I guess you need a different strategy. Ego. That little voice inside your head shapes how you see yourself and what you believe you're capable of. But here's the thing. Your ego can either be your biggest cheerleader or your toughest critic when it comes to tackling challenges. Role of ego. Well, your ego's job is to protect your self-image and how you see yourself. So when faced with something that feels outside your comfort zone, it might resist, not wanting to risk any damage to that self-image. Changing the narrative. Here's a little trick to tame that ego and make it your ally. Change the way you talk to yourself. Language is a powerful tool, my friend. Instead of saying, I need to do this, try this on for size. I am someone who does this. Bold move, right? By aligning your actions with your identity, you create harmony between what you do and how you perceive yourself. So, next time you face a tough task, tell yourself, I am someone who tackles challenges head-on. Your ego will be nodding in approval. Positive self-image. When you consistently act in ways that align with your desired self-image, something magical happens. Your ego starts to notice, and it's like, hey, this is who we are. Let me share a personal example. When I started hitting the gym regularly, I had this vision of being a fit and healthy person, so every time I worked out, I reminded myself, I am someone who prioritizes fitness. And guess what? Over time, my self-image transformed. Hard work with enjoyable rewards. Do you know what makes tackling those challenging tasks even more exciting? Rewarding yourself along the way. That's right. Using the power of positive reinforcement can be a game changer when it comes to boosting your motivation and making hard work feel like a breeze. Positive reinforcement. Knowing that once you're done, there's a delightful reward waiting for you, a delicious treat, a movie night, or maybe some well-deserved me time. Positive reinforcement is like a pat on the back from your own cheer squad. It tells your brain, hey, you're doing a great job. And that's all it takes to keep that motivation engine running full speed ahead. But this needs discipline. Balancing. Okay, here's the secret sauce. Pairing hard work with enjoyable activities. Think of it as a balanced meal for your brain. When you have something to look forward to after conquering a challenging task, it feels like a fun game, not a burden. Let's get real with a relatable example. Imagine you've got a demanding work deadline. Instead of just stressing over it, create a plan. Tell yourself, if I finish this task, I'll treat myself to a little dance party or a short walk in the park. Progress over perfection. Remember, it's not about having everything figured out from the start. It's about taking one step at a time, learning along the way, and embracing the journey. Every small improvement is a victory, and those add up to something remarkable. You only have to become closer to 1% better each time. Long-term success. Developing consistency. Consistency is the key to turning your goals into reality. It's like watering a plant every day to watch it grow. So create a routine that aligns with your goals and stick to it like glue. Here's a personal example. When I wanted to improve my writing skills, I committed to writing for at least 30 minutes every morning. At first, it was tough, but the more I stuck to my routine, the easier it became. Before I knew it, writing became second nature, and my skills soared. Supportive environment. Surround yourself with people and resources that lift you up. A supportive environment can make all the difference in your journey. If you want to eat healthier, keep your kitchen stocked with nutritious options. If you aim to exercise regularly, join a fitness class with like-minded individuals. Your environment can be your greatest cheerleader. But again, it all boils down to one thing, and that is staying disciplined. Without this, you only have the raw brain power and no plan to follow. Also, if you really hate what you are currently doing, then this entire video is worthless. Anyways, thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you found it informative and engaging. Actually, I really did not enjoy my today's video. If you enjoyed my work and want to stay updated with future content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I appreciate your support.